David from Twin Falls. Great Sonic there. Killer Sonic. To my recollection, Cary Grant never uttered a phrase as comically childish as "I'd give $1 million to get rid of Dwight D. Eisenhower." Exactly. I've often said, out of all the silly bleatings I've heard out of the Hollywood community, and I hear this cat is a great cat from a few of my friends, Matt Damon, say he's a nice guy, a good guy, a family guy, not a guy who has his head up his ass. But I never understand, how could he say I'd give $1 million to get rid of George Bush? I mean, even if you hate Bush, it just seems like, doesn't it seem like a grade school thing to say? We're talking about baseball cards. It sounds like, I'd give you a Harmon Killebrew. You get rid of George Bush. But he said it. Cary Grant, yeah, he stayed aloof to that, but he was born in England. I guess he became a citizen, but I don't even know if he voted here. Did he maintain his British citizenship? Archie Leach? I don't know. I don't think Betty Davis didn't care about anything but Betty Davis. By the way, Pakistan now has more free radicals in it than the Betty Davis's pulmonary lining. That's a smoking joke. I don't think Betty Davis ever threatened to leave the country if FDR was reelected. She threatened to leave if Louis B. Mayer continued to preside over the studio. I think one of the reasons Hollywood stars of the 30s, 40s, and 50s were so glamorous was that we knew so little about them. Exactly. You know, you look at people today, even today, how does Madonna become Madonna? And she's the emptiest vessel. People can pour all their dreams, aspiration, hopes, fears, all that, because she's kind of vapid, right? I've often said if James Dean had a fourth film, it would all fallen apart. You know, I quit mumbling. But the fact that there's some mystery there, yeah. And those old black and white photos that they lit out the wazoo, and there was one guy who did those. They're just absolutely amazing. It was still the Dream Factory then. Now it's the Verite Nightmare Factory. You know, it's the day-to-day stuff, you know. You got an entire film about a goiter. Excuse me, can I get some women dancing in Seven Brides for Seven Brothers? They guarded their opinions as zealously as they guarded their privacy. I don't know if they did, the studio did. Listen, they were rara avises. They were treated like potentates and young pharaohs and pharaohesses. And all they were told was shut up and act. And they did it. That was the quid pro quo. So I don't know that it emanated from them. No doubt people who are in the catbird seat have always imagined their opinions to be more important than they actually are. But I'm pretty sure the studio just said shut up or we'll cut you. Why do you think today's movie stars feel so compelled to air their political views to the world? I think at some point you realize, and there are some great artists in there, the Tom Hankses, the Meryl Streeps, but by and large it's a pretty lucky pass getting through in show business. I feel it is for me. And I think there's a little guilt, survivor guilt. Why did you get it? And there's also a feeling that maybe the hoi polloi think you're doltish, mindless, the dumb blondes. So you feel you have to recant and iraculate again, as to show them you're smart, but it's overcompensation, right? It reeks of a little desperation when I hear somebody telling me their political beliefs, when you just say, well, you know, those are yours, mine are mine. This reminds me that showbiz isn't that important, you know? Regular people, you know, I always love regular people when they just, you know, some people get upset by stars' opinions and go, I can't believe they're saying this, and you just, I like the cooler one. It goes, who? What? What'd they say? And why is that supposed to matter to me? You know, a little insouciance serves you well in this bind. All right. Enjoy these samples of the Bathrobe Sessions, a weekly video available only to members of the DMZ, the Dennis Miller Zone, on DennisMillerRadio.com.